Ladies and gentlemen, this one hurts, but I implore that you watch the whole video before you comment. Thank you very much. Let's dive into it because this discovery might be the most disappointing thing I've seen since Doug DeMuro unsubscribed from my YouTube channel. The 2023 Acura Integra is well, let's just say I wasn't all that excited about it in the first place, and I'm a big giant Integra fanboy, so I was a little excited when they announced it was coming back, but I figured it was going to be exactly along the lines that it is, and not something I'm really interested in. And as soon as they announced that it was going to be 4-door only or 5-door, I don't want to get into that whole thing like Acura calling the DC4/DC2 a sport coupe, and that's on the title and all the branding for all of them, but Acura people will throw their arms up if you say it's anything other than a hatchback or liftback with 3 doors. But the word coupe is the way Acura described it, so we don't need to get too far into that. Anyway, there's no 2 and or 3-door version available for the 2023 Acura Integra, which we've known for a while, but today, I discovered, well, I guess it was yesterday technically, a post on the Integra Talk forum that seems to have ruined my outlook on this car even further. If you were excited about having one with a manual transmission for the allegedly floated around price point of around $30,000, I have some very, very bad news for you today. And it was bad news for me too. Toge Life, nice, on Integra Talk, who I suppose is some sort of Honda or Acura employee with access to, certain special, I assume for ordering parts or something, they work in parts or service at a dealership, has pulled up search results for when you look up a 2023 Acura Integra, and it shows the trim levels. Now, if you're familiar with Integra, if you're familiar with Acura, you'll know the A-Spec Tech sitting up at the top there is the top trim level. So you have Integra, which is base model, Integra A-Spec, which would be your mid-tier, and Integra A-Spec Tech, which would be your top tier. And you'll notice there's one option only on the A-Spec Tech, and that is 6MT. No manual transmission for the base model or mid-tier models. That sucks, but it gets even worse because it doesn't just say automatic, and unfortunately for the most sad bit of this, it doesn't say DCT. It says CVT. The continuously variable transmission from the 1.5 Honda Civic is likely to be the exact same transmission that's in this, considering it's got the same engine, which means it's aimed at fuel economy, and if you put it in sport mode, you get a bunch of fake shift points that aren't even real gears. They just make you feel like you're driving a fun car, but we have to be real about what this is and what its intent is, and unfortunately, the new Acura Integra seems to be geared specifically at getting good fuel economy and being a luxurious Honda Civic. It's really unfortunate. It makes me super, super sad to think about, the Integras of past, and I've long been an Integra fan over a Civic fan, and you can fight about whether or not the EG is better than the DC in the comments if you really feel like it. I just like them better because it's a little bit more refined, if you will, and the interiors are generally nicer, and it just feels like a sportier car other than just driving a Honda Civic. And I'm sure with all the nice interior bits and technology and stuff that the modern Acuras have, this Integra 2 will be like a nicer to drive Honda Civic, but it really feels like they killed a lot of what made the Integra so good in its original formats. So, 6-speed manual, only available on the A-Spec Tech, and I wanted to dive in a little bit about why that's bad, because, like I said, if you were excited about the proposed price point around $30,000, there's just no way that that's going to be for the top trim Car and driver reported that it's got a limited slip differential with the 6-speed manual and all this and all that. There's just no way that's going to be $30,000. I think the base model is probably going to start around $30,000, but I can only imagine going to an A-Spec Tech is going to add a decent amount of money, and then you're going to start being in the base model 2023 Nissan Z range, which that's right where my money would go if I was going to spend, $38,000 to $40,000 probably on a car for a brand new 2023 model. So I already wasn't interested in the new Integra all that much. It's just, it's not for me. It's not for people like me and all of us Honda fans. I do appreciate the indented Integra logo under the headlight for a little bit of the heritage there, but it's not going to do it for me. There's another person in here that that's not the base mod dude. If you knew anything about Acura, you would know. Alright, I don't mean to put this guy on blast, but is anybody else always blown away by how old Honda people can be without being, without ever maturing past being a 16-year-old Honda fan? That's crazy, right? Got the, $2,000 in cash in his profile picture on an Integra forum. That's super cool, man. Anyway, here's another bit of fun leaked information. That's a bunch of the color choices and specs available for the individual trims. So that's pretty cool, yada yada. You got ebony red interiors and all the different paint colors and whatever. I mean, honestly, just based on the pictures and everything that you see on the website, if I see one of these, I'm not going to know it's an Integra unless it's got this big giant vinyl graphic on the side that says Integra, or I notice the word under the headlight. But I mean, otherwise it just blends in with every other Acura sedan anymore, and it's just a little bit of a bummer. So, I mean, we can keep our fingers crossed for a Type S to come up. I mean, I guess Type R wouldn't be wrong with an Integra either. That's a definite possibility for heritage reasons. We can keep our fingers crossed for the Type S, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. And I know there's going to be plenty of comments about how I shouldn't be talking, can't afford one or whatever. I actually am. This is not really neither here nor there, but in a situation now where if I wanted to buy a brand new car, I could. And I'll be honest, when they first announced the Integra was coming back, I already, right off the bat, was like, it's just not going to be good. It's not going to be something I want. But, yeah, I mean, maybe they'll prove me wrong. Like I said, maybe a Type S or Type R will come flying out that'll blow my gourd, and it'll be something that I have to have, but I already don't feel that way about the FK8 Type R, and especially with the MSRP, or over MSRP markups that those things are getting anymore. Yeah, as much as I love Honda and Acura, if I was going to buy a brand new car, which like I said, I've been considering, the new Z is where the money's got to go. If that thing's actually 400 horsepower, 6-speed manual, rear-wheel drive, at $40,000, like you get everything at $40,000, then there's no contest. There's no reason to buy any other car. There's no reason to wait for the manual Supra that's going to be $75,000 after options. That's it. You buy a Z, or you buy a C8 Corvette if you're going to go into the $70,000 to $80,000 range. Yeah, that's it. That's a bummer, guys. CVT, man, not even a dual clutch. God, that's so sad. They really let it down. They really just made it a mom car. Oh well, what can you do? That's what sells anymore. Thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and add me on Snapchat at BigB1011. We've got some videos coming up. Ross and I working on stuff. I just have a full-time job now, and Ross has a full-time job, and our schedules are exactly opposite. So we're trying to figure out time that we can work on stuff. Obviously, he's got a family. Weekends are optimal family time, so we're gonna figure stuff out. We're doing what we can. It's getting warmer. I gotta fix my drift car. I gotta fix my Volvo. I gotta fix everything, really. And, yeah. Good news is Fiesta made it a road trip to Portland, then Seattle, and back. Put about 3,000 miles on it, I think. And, no kablamo. So, there's still enough bearing material in there for it to keep running. Anyway, like I said, thank you guys very much for watching. And, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.